All right, today is website day. But first, breakfast. That's breakfast. The unfortunate thing about website day is it coincides with cleaning day. So, cleaning first, website first. I got into the cleaning. Cleaning first, then website. There's enough time. Well, procrastination is everything, right? So, talked my mom into taking me for coffee. It's great to be broke, so now she can buy me coffee. That's wonderful. And my brother is coming with, so yeah, coffee time. All right, so I've been toiling around with Wix here for 20 minutes, trying to go back to what I'd already started, and it is actually insane trying to find the place where I'm supposed to be. Now, I'm not really website illiterate, and I'm definitely not Wix illiterate, but it's not easy to get back to the site I'd started, but I hadn't quite finished. And I shouldn't even say finished, but I didn't actually build the page yet because I was like, oh, that's going to take too much work. I'm going to come back. So I highlighted a favorite of the page I wanted, and I'm like, I'm going to come back to it because there was just too much to do when I first started. So here's a tip. If you're going to start a web page with Wix, give yourself easily a couple hours to go through it. Now, if you're smarter than me, great. It's going to go really fast. If you're my kind of like understanding of this, maybe, average to below average intelligence, apparently, it is not a good idea to leave and come back, because I was doing quite well before. I was kind of getting through the steps and it was fairly easy to follow. It was a little bit jumbled, but I mean, it was still like there. Now trying to get back to that where I can choose my own page, very difficult. Now it's giving me an AI generated one, which I hate. I don't like it at all. But it won't let me go into the templates, where I did find a template I liked. And so the AI generation thing, I fired around with that before, like the first time, which took me a long time to kind of go through and, oh, I'm going to try this, I'm going to try that. No, that didn't work. But the templates that were there, I liked one. So now how do I get back to that? So I have to research that. So it's going to take me easily another 20 minutes to research that. So if you're doing Wix, give yourself at least 2 hours to go through the setup. And if you find a template you like, don't close it, because I mean, if you're like me, you can't find how to get back into it. It's going to take me like probably an hour before I even get to the point where I was before, because I'm clearly not able to find it. Now, if you find it easy, great. It's like you're gonna jump back into it, and it's gonna be easy, no problem. And the other thing I didn't do is I didn't connect my domain, and so I somehow accidentally clicked on something after trying 50 different things that I think I connected my domain to a second site I started, but I didn't want a second site. But somehow I created a second site. So I canceled the second site, so I hope my domain's still available because I paid for it. Crazy. So I'll tell you at the end of this video whether or not it was just my insanity that caused me to be totally lost, or if this is really a point with Wix where you don't want to get lost because you'll never get found again. I don't know where to go. And I even tried connecting with the AI to ask questions, and the AI didn't know how to, I didn't know how to word it, I guess, so the AI understood it, but it didn't know how to send me to the templates, because I asked for templates, website templates, and it ended up, I kept asking questions, and it ended up sending me off-site to a totally different website, and I have no idea why. But anyways, so now I'm on this page. I'm going to try and get it going, and we'll see what happens. All right, so I finally found the templates. I can get into the templates. It'll allow me to start editing the templates, but then it starts a whole new site again, and I can't find how to transfer. So before I was starting a whole new site, and then getting an AI template, which they sucked, or at least I didn't like them anyway. And now I'm getting the template I want, but it won't let me connect to the account that I've started. So it's wanting me to start a whole new account and essentially start me over. And I got stuck. I put my domain on one of those others, and it took me forever to get the domain off of it. It's like, Wix, you're supposed to be easier than this. And everything's right there, and I see how easy it is to start. But boy, oh boy, if you get off track, you guys are not set up for idiots like me. Completely. I can see all the benefits if I ever get it set up, but I might actually like jump off a cliff before I do that. No, I'm just kidding, because I won't jump off a cliff, mostly because I'd have to hike somewhere a long ways away. But this is seriously making me happy. I live on flat ground in the middle of Canada, so yeah. If I had hair, I'd be pulling it out right now. Well, there's a little bit. Ugh. All right, so after much frustration, I made it to YouTube and finally figured out the right words to put in to get the YouTube video to show me what I was doing. So it was mostly my problem with not wording it correctly. But the Wix thing is totally, that's totally confusing. So Wix, if you're listening to this, when you have people like me using your product, it needs to be a lot clearer how difficult it is to get back into the setup when it's totally not done. So knowing what I know now, if I'd gone through the total setup in order and had everything kind of planned out in my head what I wanted, and I just answered the questions, but instead of kind of jumping around, because I don't know, I guess I was thinking one way, and the setup was wanting me to go a totally different way, and then I didn't pick a template right away, and I kind of looked at different options for templates, but going back to a template was just nuts. So basically, here's what happened: as I set up my site without a template, so I essentially don't have a homepage or anything, a landing site of any kind, but I have a domain and I have a premium account, which you need to have a site anyways. Whatever. So I have my premium account, but it's attached to the site that doesn't have a homepage, right? So nobody can actually get to my website and see any of the stuff because there's no landing page. So I did try and set up another website and then transfer the domain, but you can do it, but it doesn't really explain it when you're doing it. So I ended up canceling that and going back, but I was kind of on the right track there. But there's a totally different way to do it. So now I'm going to have to go is basically go set up a whole new site, get the template in place, get everything kind of lined up, and then I go to, well, I go back into my account and I say reassign premium account. So then it'll give me an option of websites that I don't have a premium attached to. So then I'll reassign that, and so I'll reassign the premium account to the new website that has a landing page, has a template on it, and then I can go through and transfer that, right? So basically I'm starting from scratch, and it took me only 2 hours to figure that out. If I hadn't procrastinated, I might have done it tonight, but I'm not going to do it tonight. I'm actually edit this video and get it out because I'm going to start first thing in the morning. I think I'm going to start first thing in the morning. I don't know what else I got going on tomorrow. I could go to school, but I think it's supposed to rain, so forget that. So I'm going to start this website thing all from the beginning. Now that I've got it in my head, my juices are flowing, my procrastination's been kind of thrown out there, and I just want to get it going now. So I'm gonna start over. So tomorrow is going to be all about yeah, you're right, the same thing as today was. But what a complete nut job it was for me. So I mean, I have to take responsibility for not really understanding this stuff and saying, it's partially me. But if they're selling it to people like me, they should at least have some way for us to figure it out. And that it doesn't seem obvious enough for me anyway. I've worked with other website developers like Squarespace. I found them difficult in other ways, but to actually get started and get a template up was so much easier. So Squarespace template, easy to start. Managing and doing other things was a lot more difficult. So I haven't got to that point on this one yet, so I don't know if I can compare. But if you're going to start a Wix website, start and give yourself like 2 hours. If it goes faster, great. If you're smarter than I am, yeah, you probably blow through it in a half hour. But give yourself 2 hours and kind of have a plan what you want before. And I didn't really know exactly what I wanted to do, so I started just like doing it, thinking if it's like Squarespace, I'll just kind of, do things and put other stuff in place later and so on and so forth. And the whole template thing, I thought I could just come back to the template, but it doesn't explain that you can't come back. In other words, it shouldn't even let you skip past that if you don't have a template in place. Like if it won't let you go back, it shouldn't let you stop and move on to something else, right? In my mind, if the template thing's so important that it won't let me come back to it, don't let me go past it before I'm done my setup. Simple as that. Anyways, I'm doing my TEFL. I do have a link below if you are going to do your TEFL. If you're starting an online business, my research told me Wix is probably the best one for all the things that you need for a business. But I can tell you right now, for setup, Squarespace is so much easier. And I just did a Squarespace website not too long ago, so setup is so much easier. But some of the other stuff, like even adding an email site to it, wasn't that easy. Like to do an email campaign, that was a little confusing too. But that's another story. I'm not going to get into Squarespace because I didn't end up doing a whole business on it. But nonetheless, I'm going to continue with Wix tomorrow. Click on my link if you're doing TEFL. Subscribe and like, because, who doesn't want to hear a babbling idiot talk about a website he can't set up? Tomorrow will be better, I promise. See you tomorrow.